like trying to make some noise. You've just unlocked a new level. We've selected you to be the first to represent the Staples Series, chosen for your dedication to the craft, consistency on the water, ability to tell authentic stories and provide real presence. The Staples Series has been over 3 years in the making, a range we've always wanted to use ourselves but never had access to within Malosi. Now we finally get to share it with people we trust and appreciate, anglers who froth on fishing as much as we do. That's absolutely sick, boys. Thank you very much for this package. Yeah, I can't put into words how thankful I am of you guys sending out so many lures. They look absolutely sick first glance. So there's a huge range of staples that's going to be on the market. There's going to be 2 poppers, a sinking popper, a floating popper. There's going to be the floating stick bait, the Chieftain. There's going to be the floating diver, the Hero. And then there's going to be the sinking stick bait, which is the Rogue, which is going to be, it's a sort of a shorter, long casting stick bait. That's going to be really good on tuna and kingfish, those sort of species down south, and then up north with all the mackerel and GT you get up there. So heaps stoked to get into this. So I'm going to crack the first one open, which is going to be the Hero DS 15 gram. Looks like it is 100 mil. So let's crack her open. First look at the 100F Hero DS Blaze color. That looks insane. It's got what we had with the micros. We have an upgraded fin on the side here. We have an upgraded deeper, longer bib on the front as well. This lure is going to dive to one meter approximately. This is going to target anything from flathead in the estuaries to little kingies, salmon down here, tuna off the rock. That's 100 mil, 15 grams. So the biggest micro diver is 80 mil. So it's just a little bit longer, but there's a lot more weight in this. So this one's going to cast an absolute mile when we're out in the rocks there, when we want to get a little bit more distance out into that wash. So that's a sick little lure. I think we're going to get into the next one. Second lure is a 140 mil diver this time, 35 grams. So we're moving up in weight a fair bit here, 20 grams up from that smaller size, which is the 100 mil, which is just bigger than that biggest micro diver. So that is the 140 mil Hero diver in Royal. So we've got that gold color. Also got that ripple on the top there, which is really nice. We saw that in the Blaze color as well. We've got that big bib again. This is going to dive to one meter as well. Obviously the chin upgraded, fins nice. BKK hooks, which is really good as well. So another sick lure. That's going to get out really far from those rocks. Even skip this on the sand for some big flatties. Slow roll this for a big dewy. So lots. I'm so keen to throw this anywhere. Just really want to get out. There's this estuaries, rocks, whatever it is. Let's get to the biggest one. We're gonna run out of space for the freaking boxes and stuff we got here, but we're not mucking around with the sizes we got now. This is the 180 mil Hero diver in the Wookiee color. I was so keen for this one because that has the whole ripple effect all the way down the lure. I know with those other 2 colors it was just on the top of the lure. This one's got it all the way down. It's got that real bait fish sort of shine to it. When that light hits it, I know we're inside now. This is going to absolutely dazzle when we've got the sun hitting it as well. Another thing I like about this, a little bit of contrast on the chin there. We see that with like a lot of the Malosi lures. Always got that contrast on there. The silver plate on the face really toughens that up, and then the big bib, which again I think this one dives to around about a meter. So this one's going to be chucked predominantly off the rocks for those big kingies, tuna, and then up north, so many species you can throw for this. All those trevs and mackerel and stuff like that. So that's the Hero. 3 sizes. We've got the 100, 140, and the big dog 180 mil. All looking absolutely sick. Let's go on the next lure. Another colour I was really keen for is the Helium colour. All white. This is a little bit different to the albino colourway they have, which is got a little bit of red on the chin. This one is the sinking popper. Sink this one as far as you want down and pull it through. It's pretty lightweight. This one's 60 grams and 150 mils. So you're not going to be breaking your back working this one through the water column. Dive this one as deep as you possibly, as deep as you want to, and you're not going to be breaking your back. You probably cast this all day. Still a really light stream through model. Let's get on the surface popper now. Next one we got the Tyrant, which is the surface popper, 150 mil. We got this one in Royal. Let's rip into him. That is the 150 mil surface popper Tyrant. This one is 65 grams. So again, you're in that sort of similar with the diving one. You're going to be able to cast this one all day. This one's a little bit thicker on top, a fair bit thicker. It reminds me a lot, this silhouette reminds me a lot of the Atom popper in the Micro series, except just scaled up, which it is. Like, it is the floating popper. Yeah, targeting very similar species to the stick baits in the range. Down here, you're going to be looking for those big kingies. I've caught salmon on these floating poppers before as well. So up north, when we go on trips, looking for those big trev, mackerel, tuna. Yeah, this sick model. Can't wait to throw this one. Alright, next is the floating stick bait, the Chieftain, which is probably the model I'm most excited to show you guys. I've got 3 sizes in front of me. Let's rip one open. First Chieftain we have is the 150 mil silhouette with the it's weighing 50 grams, and that is in backwater. So this is another. This doesn't have any of that rippling, but this has more of the shine with that silver on the sides, with that gold fin, gold plate on the face, with the dark back. But this is a colour I'm a big fan of. I've used the tonic a lot to catch my salmon. I've caught little silver trevally with it. I've caught little flatties with it. This can be used on that and sort of your medium setups to catch all kinds of reef fish, red bass. Yeah, sick lure. Let's move on to the bigger size. Alright, next model we got is the 190 mil, 95 gram. Dogs down. Next we have the 190 mil Chieftain in Stella. This one weighs 95 grams and is going to be for your big boys. This is a huge lure. This isn't even the biggest size in the Staples range for the Chieftains, but this is going to be slaying all your kinds of big trevally, big kingies. Even right at the moment down south we have the yellowfin going. So if you get one, if you get one of these in front of a yellowfin, I don't think it'd be saying no. So absolutely sick colorway. This one's got the ripples on the top, near the top. That dark top, which I'm a big fan of, with the silver side, looking like a pilchard or an anchovy, some little bait fish. We've got the dots across the side here as well, which I'm a big fan of, with a little bit of splash of colour. But this is just like your standard bait fish looking lure, which I'm a big fan. I love these sort of lures, which are really simple, but Malosi have put their touch on it. They've put the ripples across the top, the plate on the front. Sick lure. Probably one of the first ones I'm going to be throwing, I reckon. Last of the Chieftains, we have the 210 model. Let's rip into him. F-U-S-I.
Yeah, Fuzi.
That is the 210 mil Chieftain, floating stick bait, 120 grams. This is the biggest lure in the range, longest lure. This is cutting your biggest fish. This is giant trevally, your big 20 kilo plus kingies, your big tuna. They've got huge BKK trebles on there for a reason. If you're using this lure, you're throwing for big fish. And yeah, this lure looks sick. This is the Fuzi color. Crazy shine on that lure. I know we're inside, but that light's sort of picking up that really crazy shine, looking exactly what little bait fish would look like. If you look up really close, you can see the texture or pattern they've used here under the plastic here, but it shines exactly like scales, which looks sick. The yellow on the top, blue contrast, clear body. Yeah, it just shines crazy. That is a sick lure. biggest in the range. I think I'm going to be throwing this on my heavy setup all day. I'm going to be throwing this one all day on my heavy setup, targeting big fish. Yeah, can't wait to throw this one. Alright, last model I have is the Rogue, which is the sinking stick bait, which is probably the model I'm most keen for out of the whole series. So let's take a look at this one. Starting off with 25 grams, this guy is 85 mil, and the color I have is Fusion. Alright, sick looking lure. The Fusion was one of the colors I was really keen for, just because it has that ripple all the way through, the dark top, the red fin, and that little red chin. Big fan of red chins on lures, especially lures that are going to look for tuna. This one is definitely a tuna lure. I think if there's ever a silhouette that would be targeting tuna, I think the Rogue is it. This lure is going to open the market for so many more fishermen to target tuna as well, because obviously with the Master Series, the Rogues were $80, $90. Here we're going to be looking a lot less than that. So sick looking lure. Fusion is a crazy looking color on my medium setup. Probably the first one I throw, I'd say. Alright, second model is the 100 mil, 35 grams. I've got this one in albino, which I think I've got my favourite colours in the Rogue, which is awesome, because the Rogue was probably the silhouette that I was really keen to throw, just because I really want to unlock the tuna on the south coast, and this is the lure to do it, I'd say. There's the first look at the albino colour. Sick lure, again, the red face, big fan of the red face, always say that. Pretty much all white with the ripple on the side there, the clear back, and then the clear body, the white back, the white fin. This is the perfect sort of medium lure to throw. If you've got setups between your PE2 to PE5, this is going to be a lure to throw. Either tuna in deep water, or quick retrieve on the reefs. This is going to be catching all those little reef species. If you just want to dive a little bit, just sink a little bit deeper than the Chieftain does, this is going to be picking up everything, and it's just such a nice size as well. You're going to be casting so far with this lure just because it has that long casting weight to it. But sick lure. Alright, last lure we have is the Rogue in the 115 mil. This one's 50 grams. So let's have a look at it. That is the Rogue in the emerald colorway this time. This is the biggest size they have, 115 mils, 50 grams. This silhouette is nuts. We have the ripple all the way down the side of the lure this time. That dark back. The green is crazy. You don't see a whole heap of green lures in the long casting stick baits. So this color is pretty perfect, pretty bang on to a little pilly or anchovy, fusiloid, whatever little bait fish you're looking for. This is pretty close to what you want. So sick little lure. All these Rogues are just going to be slaying those tuna. The kingies as well, obviously, but when I see this lure, I think tuna. So sick. I think I got my 3 favourite colours all in the Rogue. So I have like sort of 3 completely different sort of looking lures here, but almost my 3 favourites. I got the red on that Fusion, which I really like, the white and the red on the albino, and then the classic sort of bait fish looking silhouette on the emerald. All that really nice ripple on it and the shine. Yeah, these are some crazy lures. Yeah, as I said, love these colours. Probably my favourite in the range. So that is the range of the staples that I've been lucky enough to be sent by the boys at Malosi. Super appreciative for the stuff they've sent out to me. Really keen to look at what the staples have to bring. Like, I know these sort of lures bring sort of a new chapter to Malosi. They have the Master Series, which is $100 lures, and they also have the micros. So this fills that gap perfectly. There's so many colours here. I know this is the biggest step they've taken. Really appreciate the boys at Malosi, and if you're in the market for these sort of lures, definitely recommend them, and I'm super stoked to get out there and start testing these lures, because they look all crazy. Really keen. Estuaries, I reckon I'm definitely still going to start on the rocks though, because most of these lures are going to absolutely destroy all types of kingies, tuna. I'm going to be coming into that sort of season this type of year. So yeah, super stoked. Cheers, boys.